aware of the current laws that are in place, like the safe storage law that was passed in 2023. So that is, if you have either a home or a firearm where a child could gain access to that firearm, it needs to be locked up. And so the safe thing to do whenever I'm talking to my students is if there's a child, doesn't matter the age. If they're considered an adult, the law doesn't apply to them, but the law specifically talks about children. So I would say anything from 0 up to 18. If there is a child that can gain access to a firearm, you need to fall under the safe storage law, which is a firearm needs to always either be, if it's not with you in the area of your control, you need to have it in either a lockbox that is specifically designed for safe storage of a firearm, or it needs to be unloaded with a trigger guard or a barrel clear that's locked in a safe.
A barrel clear, what's that?
So it's essentially just a lock that either threads through the barrel or through the chamber of the firearm down through the magazine compartment that would show anyone that if they grabbed it, they knew there's no way for it to have a round in it. And if it does, it cannot go off. It will not function. And then that's locked and secured. It's not terribly expensive. Actually, it's pretty common for your local county sheriff to have free chamber locks. So again, what that would do is it would thread through the barrel, down through the chamber compartment, and it would lock, and then you would have a key for that. A lot of times, if you reach out to your local Kent County Sheriff's, or sorry, I said Kent, but if you reach out to any of your local sheriff department, they would have free locks for you. So that would be, checking that initial box. And then for the storage of it in a compartment, whether that's a safe or a lock box, you can buy lock boxes online or at your local sporting goods stores quite affordably for $50 to $100, and then safes are a little bit more, but you start somewhere, start checking your boxes as far as safe storage goes first, and then if you have more firearms, you need to put them in a mass storage like a safe. Those are available to you at an affordable option. So what do the Michigan law classify as safe storage? When I was reviewing it, it is a specific storage box that is designed for the safe storage of a firearm. So when I, as an instructor and a business owner who teaches on firearm safety, read that, I would say, if this, say it's like a box, right? Like a safe. It is designed to put a firearm in there that only you or a very small number of people have access to, that someone without that access could not get it. And even if they did get control of, say, a safe, a small gun safe, they're not going to very quickly or easily get that firearm out. So that would be classified as a safe storage
Yeah.
box.
Is a firearm that's stored in a safe, does that need also have to have a lock on it? Just
Uh,
in case
it
someone got a hold of it?
So there's two clear different, that's a good question. There's two differentiations there. So if it's essentially like a home defense gun that is ready for you in self-defense, it can be loaded. It still needs to be in a lockbox, specifically, again, designed for that. If it's not meant for that, not meant for home defense, so say, for example, your hunting rifles, they're supposed to be stored in a gun safe with either a chamber clear or another lock verifying that it's unloaded and can't be used, or with a trigger lock, sorry.
Anything that I might have missed that you think people should know?
Um, as far as what schools should be doing, I would think that I know in the past they would reach out to local law enforcement to provide classes. If they aren't doing that already, they need to reach out to either small businesses like myself or other known training institutions, and then have them just create essentially on their portal. So example, if I was going to Comstock Park High School, there should be a link of information. When you click on that, there should be another link. Hey, safe home, safe schools law and effect and information. Click on that, and now you have a list of information, how to safely store your firearm, what classifies as it, what are the new current Michigan laws, things that parents need to be aware of that maybe they wouldn't be. There are parents who don't have firearms in the home, not that they're against them, but so if you're not in the industry in the form of firearms and just reading about it, maybe you wouldn't even know. And so, ignorance is only, up to a certain point. That's why this law comes into effect, is like, hey, that's why this law in 2025 came out, like, hey, now schools need to be making sure parents are aware, because parents may not have been aware in the past of the safe storage law.
So you would argue that yeah, even somebody who doesn't own a firearm, maybe even doesn't even plan on it, really ought to make themselves knowledgeable about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Because just because you don't have a firearm today doesn't mean you're not going to have a firearm tomorrow. And a lot of this stuff is going to be missed. It's not right now. It's not at a point where FFLs or firearms distributors are passing this information along to you. So if you are in Michigan, they're not going to give you right now anything that would be like a flyer. Hey, by the way, there's Michigan laws that you now have to make sure this firearm is secured. That would be something that they could do, but if you're buying a firearm, whether it's for self-defense or for hunting or recreational use, you may not know these laws. So it's absolutely important to make sure that this is out there as far as possible to make sure people are adhering to it.
Interesting thought. As somebody who handles them all the time and teaches other people how to handle them, I don't think the law says this. Do you think that there should be a